Oh no, it's all gone very, very wrong. Been a bit going on, so let's get up to speed on this thing. The new B pillar and cab corner are in. B pillar went in great, but the cab corner needed a little modification. Cab corner, couldn't do that till I got, fixed this thing, and I got this. So just kind of Alright, so, that's not bad. Nice, good, great. She's overshot by about that far, so if I move it this way so that the bottom of the cab, the back of the cab is where it's supposed to be, I'm dealing with about that. That's about 10 mil. So my plan, it's a bit extra welding, but this is the last major bit, which is great. I've got a couple little holes in the floors, ignoring that giant one in the middle. So I ended up putting a relief cut in here to push this top bit out, to bend this bit in, and then of course this was like this, so I had to put another cut here and roof and screw this in to get it to a point where I can start putting some welds in and the body line still be half decent. I got some things and stuff buzzed in. Is it perfect? No, but is it good enough for who it's for? Absolutely. I think next bit now, I've sort of got this in where I'm happy. And put a cut through here, probably 10, 15 mil across from this bit. Probably nearly right into that weld. And yeah, snip the 10 mil out. I can bring this back in and start bashing, and I got my fabrication tool. Look, oh, nearly fell off my chair. That's not bad. Needs a little bit here and there, but yeah, it's coming along. So what I got to do, I've cut the excess out of this. The curves off too. So I've got to get this bottom bit in, but then just tack and finesse my way around this corner, because the whole thing's got to come down a little bit too. It's actually not bad after I get rid of that. But it's got to stretch so I can get that body line to line up. So I think with some careful tacking, I'm a little worried actually, because I did start to blow out a hole here. So I thought I was up into good metal. Obviously not, but yeah, getting there. Still learning things. It's good. It's stretched around. My body line is going to body line. Oh, I'm so happy. I just got to pull this out. I bung this up a little bit, but that's fine. I'll pull this out, tack, and just sort of pull and bend it around as I go. Oh, so happy. Cab corner sort of bogged and roughed in. I did primer the back of the cab. I've got to get this primered, done and painted, at least the majority of the back of the cab, so I can get the tray back here, or tub, sorry, and start working on it. Yeah, this side I had to do another little rust repair down here. The rest of that's fine, pretend we didn't see it. Yeah, she's coming along. fix up a few little bits here. I mean, it'll all get sprayed all over again, you know, towards the end, but yeah, good progress. Bog stripping and rust repairs continue. The more bog I remove, the more rust I find. Had to do the top of the sort of like A-pillar roof area because, again, we had some aluminium foil and bog fixing a rust hole. I surprised myself with this one. It worked out really well, which was a nice euphoric high after the breaking the windscreen incident. Easy. Oh no. Oh, that's new down there. I got this little bit that I'm gonna boop in there. Jeez. So now when I find a heap of bog, I automatically assume there's no metal under it, and the hood was absolutely covered. Like the entire hood was covered in the hardest, worst bog I've ever seen. It was a combination of like Raptor liner, but stone guard. It was awful. Heat wouldn't get it off, so I had to resort to making an absolute mess with a stripper disc. It reduced my lifespan by 7 years, but I got it off. And underneath, the most pristine metalwork on the entire truck. I don't understand. Whole hood's just doing a bit of body work. Oh, my body. Started doing a bit of body work on the hood, and the whole thing's covered in this. I don't know. I originally thought it was Raptor coat, but upon further inspection, appears to be the world's toughest bog or some sort of like plaster. I don't know. It's really weird. It's over the top of like 3 layers of paint or filler or something. Then there's this really weird textured. So I've done, let's call it almost half the hood. Does look like Charlie Sheen's place in here. I was trying to avoid, you know, making dust, but here we are. Crazy thing is, there's absolutely no reason for this amount of filler. It's a good couple of mil, and so far this hood is perfect. I thought, you know, there was going to be rust or dings, or maybe someone had cut a big hole at some point for a tunnel ram or whatever, but nope. It's just another weird thing that someone's done on this truck for no real reason. Oh. I'm over this. I just went to Hammer Barn and got one of the most violent ones of these I could find. Let's finish this off. Have got it back to bare metal, thank goodness. And luckily it was covered in, I don't know, 4 or 5 mil of the worst bog imaginable, because yeah, had this big dent in it, so that's great. At this point, it was paint prep mode, tidy the fenders up a bit and get an undercoat on this thing so we can get some colour on it. Oh, I don't know why there's so much bog. Let's just see. Should I put a bit of metal in this? "3D printing." Idiot. Perfect. paint. Got a dust extractor on, so yeah, it's leaking, that's fine. All right, we're gonna knock these fenders out first. I can get them out of the way and get the truck in here. You might be looking at it going, what have you done? It was gray and now it's got crap all over it. That is a couple of different browns and like kind of a black, maybe, I don't know. I sprayed this at 3 PSI, so it's actually got a bit of texture to it. I don't know yet how deep down the rabbit hole I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna scuff back some of this blue. I want it a bit worn, so I wanted something underneath the paint. I gotta stop touching it too. That's fine. Yeah, I wanted something under the paint to give a little bit of texture, so when I do knock a bit of that color off, it reveals a little bit of this rusty look. And I'm probably gonna come back later and do a bit of airbrushing and things like that, but yeah, this is just, it's a good start. Base, if you will. Let's get to painting. All right, it's been several seconds. I'll leave it on. Let's put this in the sun. Oh. Get this one up here. What you want to do, you know, just grab it with your hands and stuff. Fender 2. I've wiped the truck down in the clean room and let's get it in here and start with the paint. Please start. First go, no pumps. Right. Ooh. This last little texture coat here, it's just, I'm basically washing out my pot. So it's a couple browns, I put some black in, but I also found a tin of spray tan metallic, was that Valiant colour? I think up here, I painted a Valiant for a mate. Chucked a bit of that in, it's got a nice little shimmer. Let's splatter this all over it and see how it looks. I would call that metallic rose black. I would. There's not a lot of it either. Put on here. I got a little bit of blue left over, so I'll probably just quickly shoot inside the cab here to get rid of that. Mix up some more. Maybe doors, I don't know. How many PSI are you? All of them. Have had a slight reaction in the paint here. Now, some of you all tell me it was improper surface prep. You'd be wrong. I've been fighting this on the doors, nowhere else. there's some layer in whatever of the 50 different layers of crap that are on here. One of them reacts just with the top coat. It has reacted with the primer as well, but mostly with the top coat. So the primers and everything will go on sweet. Even the white and the browns that I put on here went on sweet. And then for whatever reason, I chuck the blue on and she crinkles up a bit. Now, I'm probably going to leave it, to be honest. It's not terrible. The worst of it's right here. Kind of want to touch it, but I'm not gonna. We'll see. Give it a rub back, an airbrush. Look, might even make a feature of it. I don't know. Just waiting for everything to calm down a bit and spray the hood, the last big bit. Well, besides the tub, obviously, but that is a whole other thing. Hood time. It's got this really nice texture coat on it that I've done, but I want a little bit of a stone chippy look on the front. There's a heap of different ways online people are doing this. There's the coffee ground method, there's the mustard method, which I'm going to do later on the tub. But something I found that works really well is soapy water. The idea is that you spray a little bit of soapy water, it sticks on really nice, you paint over, then you can wipe it off when it's dry, and it leaves these nice little stone chips really. So trick is you don't want them to run. Should do it. All right, let's get to painting. Okay, paint. Paint is important. I'm gonna go nice and thick on the front, back, and sides. I'll leave it a little thinner on the top. Not because I want it to cover, but if I do want to give it a little wet sand or a buff, I want it to bite and eat through. I just realised I've got my air hose hooked up in my tripod. That's great. Alright. So now I take the same soapy water . We get stone chips. And if I get some, I don't know if I have any, let's hope I do, a little bit of steel wool. Because there's so much texture in the paint, you can already start to see it thinning and rubbing. Look, I am going to let this dry overnight. As much as I want to keep rubbing this. That's pretty authentically good. This is just the start as well. Day 2, let's get some fenders on this thing, wrap this cab up. This should be fun. Let's play a game. Can I go the entire day without running to the parts store to get nuts and bolts and things? Can I use Surely I'm not going to have to buy a nut or bolt today. It didn't have any bolts to hold the fender on when I got it, so I found these. These are header bolts out of my small block Chevy. They're going to be perfect. Everybody needs a good nut box as well. I just found a bunch of old washers that are going to be perfect underneath these. How about that? Quickly becoming a truck again, and I am in love with the color. Like, I love this thing. Still plenty to do, obviously, but stuff like paint always gets me excited because it's like an instant giant leap forward. Having this done now means I can get the tub back here and start hooking into it. I've got a plan in my head, so we'll see how that plays out. Oh. Job supervisor heard me say play. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. You made it this far, you may as well. And stay tuned for plenty more.